on page 96. All right, the first one says to add mentally. That means to do them in our heads to find out whether each statement is true or false. Draw a ring around the correct answer. Okay, so 4.8 plus 3.1, I can do that in my head. That's 7.9. So that is true. And here we have to think 2.4 plus 6.1 equals 9.5. No, that looks to me like 8.5. Okay. All right, so that's wrong. We need to say this is false. All right, and for the next one, well, 5.7 plus 2.9 equals 7.6. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Let's just write this one out since we've got to carry a digit here. So 5.7 plus 2.9, I'm pretty sure this isn't correct. That's going to be 6, 7, 8.6. We could do that in our heads. We could say 5 plus 2 is 7, and then 7 plus 9 is 1.6, and add that together. So we see that it's wrong. It's 8.6. So we must say this is false here. All right, for the next one, D, it says 12.8 plus 4.9 equals 17.7. Okay, that's 12 plus 4 is 16.8 plus 0.9 is 1.7. So I can see quickly there that that is true. All right, for number 5, they've asked us to subtract. So let's go ahead and do so. Same rule as apply as normal subtraction, just we need to be careful about that decimal point, bringing it straight down and keeping it lined up when we're writing these out. And that should equal 2.5 there. Alrighty, for B, it says 8.4 minus 8.2. I'm going to say that is 2. Carry my decimal straight down. 8 minus 8 is 0. Your answer, 0.2. All right, next one, we're moving along here. Ooh, we got to be careful now. We need to borrow from the ones place. So this is going to become a 3. This becomes a 12. And I see quickly there that that is 8. And this is going to be 0.8. Okay. So for the next one, going to need to do some borrowing again. So I'm going to borrow from the ones place. This becomes a 6. This becomes a 16. And now I can subtract. I should get 7 and carry our decimal down. And that's 4.7 or 4 and 7/10. For part E here, this looks pretty simple. I don't need to do borrowing. That's 3, that's 1. Bring the decimal down, 0.13. Okay, moving on to the next one. We also don't need to borrow here, it looks like. So that's 3, that's 4, and that's 0.43. Okay. All right, for part G here, also looks pretty simple. 4, 4. Okay, so 0.44. For H, looks like we have to borrow here. This will become an 8, and this becomes an 11. Now I can subtract. It's 8 and 3, so the answer is 0.38 there. Okay, let's move on. We're almost finished. Okay, for the first one, we will need to borrow. So I'm going to borrow here from the tens place. That will become a 7, and this becomes a 15. And now we can subtract. That's 8, and that is 1. So we have 0.18 for part I. We're on the last one here on the page at least. So here we go. This I need to borrow from, that becomes a 3. And my new digit there is going to be an 18. So I need to take 18 minus 9 is 9. And then 3 minus 2 is 1. So it looks like the answer is 0.19. Okay, so those are your answers there on page 96.